Chapter 6 is coming out next week and OG Fortnite is coming out a week after. Just saying the words OG twice in one sentence doesn't even sound right. But in today's video I'll be telling you why the return of Chapter 1 Season 1 isn't for the best. It's not all negativity in this video. I do have some hope for this season being fun and successful, but let's get into it. Just in a couple of days there will be an end of season live event. Now if we look at the past two live events, I'm going to skip past the remix event for now. The Chapter 5 Season 4 event was defeating the Doom boss. The Fortnite community came together and took it down quicker than expected. Now this was cool and all, and I know the whole season was based around Marvel, but why did this mini event have to be a sponsor? It was literally a walk-in advertisement for Marvel. It brought Fortnite players together like I said, but it was just straight up boring. If we look at past live events like the monster vs the robot, the reason for it being so good was because it wasn't some sponsored event or a money grab. Now I know this event wasn't mini, so the two events don't really compare, but that event actually went along with the Fortnite storyline. What does Doom actually have to do with the storyline apart from being in the season battle pass? With the monster vs the robot, it actually carried on the story for the next season. The monster was seen frozen in the ice and was the Ice King's pet. Then later on the monster came out of the ice because it melted. I feel like any future Fortnite event now just has nothing to do with the next season. It's just for in the moment to get players hyped up. Then if we look at the Fortnite remix event, it was Ice Spice, Snoop Dogg and Eminem, which is cool for the fans of them artists, but it's just a whole advertisement really for them skins. All of them skins weren't even added into the battle pass, you had to buy them separately. Now moving forward, Fortnite are adding shoes into the game that cost more than actual skins. And here's a clip playing on the screen with the shoes, and you can barely even see them whilst playing. This was such a pointless feature and just disappointing, to be honest, from Epic. On the topic of expensive things as well, Fortnite is having inflation. The prices of battle passes will now be 1,000 instead of the usual 950. Now it's only a 50 V-Bucks difference, so it's not really much to complain about. And with that of these new shoes, they will most likely add a pair into future battle passes. Also when you buy V-Bucks, you don't buy 950, you buy 1,000. So it makes sense for them to rise it, because realistically, what would you keep the extra 50 V-Bucks for? Yeah, so with time it will add up, but I'd say this change is pretty fair. I reckon this event in a couple days will be a Juice Wrld event. It doesn't take a genius to figure this out, but I could be wrong, so don't take my word. But all the other icon skins added to this season have had their live event early on, and Juice Wrld has just been recently added into Fortnite. You can see him on the map and listen to his music with a couple riffs around him. Also Juice Wrld's new album Party Never Ends drops on November 29th, and the Fortnite event is on the 30th. Now even though I am a fan of Juice Wrld and it will be cool to experience, what does this actually have to do with the Fortnite storyline? All this event will be doing is promoting his skin in game to buy. I'm aware you'll be getting a free Juice Wrld skin, but I still feel like this is a massive promotion. I'm guessing in the live event it will show some teasers of Fortnite OG, like certain guns returning and will be rifted into the sky enjoying the music. But if you think about it, we've already had a similar event happen before, and I'm pretty sure Ice Spice, Snoop Dogg and Eminem will all be playing their music as well as Juice Wrld. Now this was the introduction of Chapter 5 live event. It showcased Lego, Fortnite and Eminem and obviously more, but these events feel like just some massive advertisement instead of an actual fun experience. I feel like they just need to stop adding icon skins into live events and just leave them for the item shop. Now that's all for the live event talk, let's move on to Chapter 1 Season 1. I'll go on to talk about leaks, but for now I'll talk about confirmed items we should be looking forward to. The most hyped one being OG Double Pump returning, and the reason I said OG is because it will be the original pumps, not the updated ones. Now Fortnite confirmed this by tweeting out and it got 80 million views just in one day. But there is a couple reasons it won't be as good as before. Number one, it means you'll have to pick up 2 shotguns in your inventory, so that will take up lots of space. And if you want to have a long range weapon, you'll be holding 3 weapons, then plus heals and rotation. Number 2, it will be easy to combat now. When Double Pump was first added in Chapter 1 Season 1, no one could build because the game was just new, and as well as the players. But now everyone is advanced in building, they can easily block the pump shots and counter it with smart peeks. Now it might still be broken, but definitely won't be as good as in Prime Fortnite, and if the sweats adapt and use this properly, the casuals will complain. Something you can do with Double Pump is replace walls easily. You will be able to pump the wall twice or any build and replace it with your own, giving you that advantage. Second thing confirmed by Fortnite is the OG Burst Rifle. Now this gun was insane and a Fortnite community favourite, but that's back in the day. In real time we have had so many better ARs, and realistically I don't think any casual or competitive players ever even pick up burst nowadays. This is for a couple reasons, 1 being the recoil, 2 being the slow hit through rate, and 3 the reload time is terrible. Also fighting up close or in a box with a burst is just a lose-lose situation. Now I do remember this gun to be broken, so maybe more people will be picking up bursts, but that's just some things to keep in mind. Third item being confirmed is the electric trap. When thrown down it does 50 damage per second to nearby players. It seems very overpowered, but the spawn rate I'm guessing will be very low or next to none. But if you think about OG traps, they used to do 150 damage, so that's 3 times more than that trap. By the time you get hit by once from the electric trap, you should be outside the box, if not you deserve to be eliminated. I don't think this will be a game changing item, but definitely something interesting for the season. Just remember not to jump into people's boxes and look up before entering any houses. Now this is a teaser and nothing's confirmed, but I do see this happening, and it's an OG Battle Pass. I don't know how this will work because there will be a Chapter 6 Battle Pass as well as this, and it's most likely just going to be a remix of all the skins. I won't be surprised if we see some sort of knight in there. Chapter 6 is going to be very overwhelming and a bit confusing, I would say. It's confirmed it's Japan themed and a Godzilla collab will be happening. This will be similar to Chapter 4 Season 2 with Mega City. Now this was a very good season, so I'm looking forward to what will happen. But less than a week after the release will be Fortnite OG, and it's said to be a Gamemode, so I'm guessing it will be similar to Reload, as in the way of an LTM. But once you load up Chapter 6, you'll have Battle Royale, Reload, Fortnite creator maps, then on top of that OG Fortnite. I feel like it's all a bit too much at once. Fortnite OG will have more player count than the actual players playing Chapter 6, which will just be weird. And on top of that, for the competitive players who actually want to enjoy Chapter 1 Season 1, they'll have to keep bouncing between the game modes and actual ranked to get used to the meta and tournament settings. This is also the 4th time they have added back an OG season now. Last year we had OG Fortnite for 1 month, then not too long ago we had Reload where we could play the tilted map. Now we have Chapter 2 Remix, and in about a week or so we'll have OG Fortnite. I feel like it's getting very repetitive and rinsing it with the nostalgia feeling way too much. It's still going to have a high player count because players want to experience the season, but is it really just about the player count? You will log in and have about 5 different game modes to play. Just seems like they're more money hungry for no reason. And throughout the chapters changing, the OG Fortnite mode will change as well. So next will be Chapter 1 Season 2. This is when I originally started playing. When going into Chapter 2 Remix there was a couple of problems. One being the lack of shields spawning on the floor, so hopefully they fix this going into the game mode. But not only that, the reboots. They only added reboots for each POI on the map, which was twice as less than we had before. I feel like going into this game mode they should add way more reboots around the map, just so you don't have to travel so far and it speeds up the game a bit more, making there be more fights and high kill games. With the return of Chapter 1 we could be expecting quad crashes to be unbolted, so we can fly around the map similar to the car glitch in Chapter 2 Remix. I'm hoping they bring back old movement as well, but that's nothing promised with that. They should also add the OG sound effects, for example the skull shots and the pump sound effects, because that really adds to the nostalgia and the feel of the game. Not only that, but the storm closing and just other minor effects to make it more at home. Something to mention about Chapter 1 Season 1 is the sniper shotguns. Now this was when you could shoot your shotgun from 100 meters away and hit for 90 plus damage, which I'm sure you can imagine is overpowered. I doubt they will be adding this feature into the game mode because everyone would complain and it's just an unfair advantage for everyone all around. Now for the loot pool, it was very simple and I think a little too simple. With all these new chapters comes many new guns that makes people adapt to and enjoy. My favourite being the twin mag AR or the MK7. But if we look at the Chapter 1 Season 1 ARs, there's only a total of 4. 2 are very similar, being the common AR and the Scar. Then we have the scope rifle which no one uses, and finally the burst which I talked about earlier. For shotguns there will only be 2, the tac and the pump, so pretty much only one shotgun will be used since no one will be picking up the tac unless it's a rebuild, but even then it hits for 20 damage. Now I'm not going to go through the whole loot pool because I'm sure you are familiar with it, but an interesting item will be the smoke grenades since we haven't had anything like this in a while. Now don't get me wrong, this isn't going to be game changing or anything, but it's just something different. And for traps we could see the OG bounce pads and direction jump pad horizontal. Another thing I want to talk about is streamers returning to the game who don't actually care about the game. Now I saw Myth tweet out the other day for Hamlins and Daquan to return and play this game mode. and it got quite a lot of attention. But what's the point if they haven't streamed in years, let alone touched the game? They made a return 2 years ago, literally for less than a month I believe. Now they are Fortnite legends, but let them just move on. You don't want to see streamers keep returning for these OG seasons when they don't actually enjoy playing. If they quit, just let them move on and let them be. Because to me it just seems like another money grab. They play the season, act like they're hyped up, and after a month you'll never hear from them again. Now it's fair enough to the people who are streaming all year round and playing other games, but for the people who just come and go out of nowhere, I don't see the point. Also, I'm not saying for any streamers or YouTubers who have quit Fortnite they can't just return and play. I'm just saying to the lazy ones who don't seem to care about the game. Moving on to chapter 6, Fortnite and Fast and Furious will be having a collab soon, so you can run around being Dominic Toretto. Now again, this is cool, but they don't need to make it a massive advertisement and a big part of the actual chapter. There will also be an Avatar collab confirmed coming soon. They can have as many collabs as they wish because this brings new players to the game. You can play as your favourite movie character or game character, which is amazing. But don't put the collabs as part of the main story, make the collabs a mini story. It shouldn't be interfering with the main storyline on a large scale because it just ruins it. I have high hopes for chapter 6 and I reckon it will be a good season. Same with Fortnite OG, even though it won't nearly as much feel the same. I reckon the player count will be the highest it has ever been with the release of OG Fortnite. The Fortnite tweet is sitting at 49 million views just after 2 weeks has passed. But with such a high player count comes some flaws, one being the fall off. Will Fortnite be able to hold on to this high player count for months on end? Or will it be a 1 month thing as it has been before? Also, because of the higher amount of players, this will lead to more people getting frustrated. This could be because they aren't good enough in the current skill level, or they may be disappointed with the map or guns. It could also be too much game modes or battle passes for them. The lobbies will be more laggier than usual in the first week as well. Another thing people are mad at is that they are facing too many AIs in game. Now this is a good thing for the people returning to the game who might not be that good, and it will feel nice to them to get a couple eliminations each game. But for the people who play the game on a regular basis, fighting bots doesn't feel good at all. It also makes the game go on for longer because you have to run around a big map searching for the AIs who are at the edge of a map, or they either just die to storm. A solution to fix this is add 10 bots each game and 90 real players, because at the moment it feels like there are more bots than real players. Or the more wins you get throughout the season, the less bots you get throughout your games. I'm not saying to make the lobby super sweaty and have skill based matchmaking, but they just need to make it more enjoyable than killing AIs. With that being said, I'm excited to see what this OG Gamemode has in store for us. Thank you all for listening. I'll see you next video guys. Peace.